What? What outcome?
Revolution. Knew I'd love the idea of a robot as a bad guy.
Fuck yourself with a rubber hose. Stuff it in your mouth and down your throat, up your nose or in your hiney hole. I don't care where it goes, and it don't matter if you're straight or gay. You should fuck yourself anyway.
Off to a good start, and this is where it goes to shit. MD 2020 banana red. Yeah, it's already sweaty. Mm-hmm. Properly consumed should just come straight from here. Cheers. It's reminding me a lot like of is it the Lancers wine? The stuff that used to come in like this crock looking bottle, and then they just made the same shape out of glass. It used to be a lot of you guys know Wendy, her husband who passed away. That was one of his favorites. He was always like, I'll bring the Lancers if Christine makes the lasagna. Okay, lasagna, typical batch of lasagna probably costs, if it's done right, and to make sure there's enough in case J-Dog stops by, at least $50. At least $50. Bottle of Lancers that before the greatest economy ever was like shit, it was like $4.99 or something like that. Still get you messed up. Tastes good. And we need to start with a happy anniversary to the Ninja, Salty Shellback, and his beautiful bride, who I've had the pleasure to meet because before they were sellouts on me, used to have a cabin about 37 minutes south of here in Superior, Wisconsin. Not Superior, Wisconsin. What is it, 31 or 34 years? A long time. And your wedding picture, by the way, Salty, all I have to ask is what happened. I know. Look who's talking. Everybody that comes over here walks past, I think it's my second grade picture that hangs on the base, sitting on the ledge over the window as you come down the basement stairs. Oh, and could the whole thing where supposed patriots, people that supported Trump, were going on and on about how they didn't want this and they feel like they voted for the wrong person, and this is just going to screw up the upcoming elections for the House and Representatives and blah blah blah, and it turns around and could possibly, now there was a little bit of a brokering for peace. Supposedly Iran and Israel said okay, and then each of them shot at each other. But if this is how it turns out, once again I have to say this is exactly what I voted for. And to, there's back with not pretending that I didn't see, Jolson, your dissertation, when when I say I support the bombing of Iran, and if it was up to me, I would have just, if you have the power of the Husnot in Star Trek, just to blink out an entire race, it would be them. And I do it for America. All they have ever said is, we will do harm to Americans. It's like their whole goal. The problem is there's so many fucking retards that their long game is to destroy us from within. The amount of towel-head camel shitbags that we have right here in Minnesota is a fucking embarrassment to anybody that has one of these. I realize when you become a Democrat, you really don't need one of these anymore. Let's go back to congratulations again to Trump, to possibly once again always being 10 moves ahead of everybody. Now, is this whole thing planned to happen all along? I don't know, but I am still. We've all seen what happens when you have weak presidents like Biden and Obama. You get walked all over. United States becomes a walking joke for the planet, and then they usher in people and they get them here. You get someone that's strong like Trump. You know, either you do this or we're gonna fucking bomb you. And when that happens, it's strength for America, and it's strength for whatever state you are in. The fact that he is, he's opening his golf course over there. He's got the first 3 holes in, and as Johnny Carson would do all the time, strength through power. Like I said it before, and what went down today just got even better for when I say this is exactly what I voted for. When Trump throws out something like, if you don't come on board with some peace, we're just gonna fucking nuke you, and the other side is like going, yeah, I think he's kidding. There's just enough of a thin line of percentage in there where you don't honestly know. But I can tell you, Trump's with every fiber. You can say whatever you want. Well, then he went to drop a bunch of, well, you know what? No Americans, and I don't even know if any Iranians. It was just a tactical get rid of their ability to be spinning up and creating weapon grade uranium. After the fact that between Obama and Hillary and all of them, they've given them everything, including the cash. If they didn't already have it, they had the cash just to go out and buy it. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have the United States of America filling up a B-2 bomber with crates of $100 bills and then dropping that off over there, or dropping off what we did and saying, fuck around and find out? I don't see it. I didn't see any of this is helping out Israel. I saw this as helping out America, and then the end result, helping out Minnesota, Wyoming, California, helping Arizona, McLean, helping out the Americans in the long run. I'm sorry, I didn't see any of that. I don't give a fuck about Israel. Not a fuck about Israel. I don't give a shit what happens to Israel. And that's not why this is what I voted for. Pre-gaming, I was not. This was compliments of the real Cobra Burnout. Yes. Okay, so that taste profile. What would I like to experiment? I think I always go straight for, let's just try some of the pucker. And it's, Mike, I know, it is not high octane. I mean, this is shit. Compared to what Mike, like 15%, 30 proof. Wow, they had a pixel outer vagina. Small, but I think it's the one rifle in my lineup that I do not have an angled foregrip on it. I mean, could it have one? Maybe. I mean, I did put a very expensive quick release scope mount on there. You know, every single time I look at that, it was like, why did I was so worried about the front of that scope hitting the rail with some of the one-piece cantilever mounts that I had. I ended up getting that. I don't remember even what it said, but even this, I'm pretty sure I pointed this out because, you know, I got a couple of Luth AR stocks, personal favorites. I like the one that collapses just because it makes it easier to put the rifle in something. The fact that the 24-inch has the fixed Luth AR stock, plus it has a tanker brake on it. It was something that Stephen Bush recommended, and I got it. And God, it's been so long since. I mean, I don't even remember how that even sounds. If it has any side percussion, I mean, it literally looks like something off a tank or off a BMG 50. And between that brake, it is a little bit shorter than a Huber Concepts, and that is the problem with my biggest problem with the Huber Concepts is you put a fixed stock on something and a Huber brake, and you're in trouble when it comes to most cases. I mean, the 24-inch, I think I put it in my big soft case. I don't even remember. I've got a Pelican that I think I wanted it for this because overall I'll just say it's if something happened to it, it would be a fairly expensive rifle to replace. I mean, it's but an angled foregrip, you know, yeah, I mean, if it came to the fact that you snapped that off of there and you decided that you were gonna go open sights for close quarters versus the this is the rifle, Smile Money, that I did want to put up against the 24-inch because I don't know, there's quite a bit of investment into what I have into that one too. It's sort of but not completely the equivalent to the JP and the JP Killer. This one, This one has this one and the 24-inch both have the same the high end, the top Hyperfire triggers. And then the other one that I have that has a Hyperfire is the drop-in, the single. But I tell you, when you pull, the only thing that's nice about this is it actually gives you the ability to adjust your trigger pull if you want to. I mean, it's not as simple as turning a screw or setting an adjustment. You literally do have to take the trigger apart and replace 2 springs. It's the most unique looking, I would say. And then second place would be probably the Armageddon roller trigger that's in the JP. And then, of course, like I've said endlessly when it gets brought up, if you were to purchase an Armageddon roller trigger just from them, the end result is not the same, is because JP does exactly what John Huber would do to a mil-spec trigger. John, if any of you remember pulling the trigger on the BMG 50, John took a dirt cheap piece of shit mil-spec trigger and gave it the 5-cent polish job, but then he drilled and tapped and put some set screws in so that he could adjust out and turn a mil-spec trigger into a single stage trigger. And it's just, that's why I tried to convince John. I mean, maybe there would not have been a financial market for it unless you get enough people behind it. But if I wanted to, just the cheapest way that you can get one of the best feeling triggers would be to release John Huber on a mil-spec trigger. And I told him, I said, you should just get your hands on a bunch of mil-spec triggers, and if somebody wants to buy a Huber mil-spec, I don't know what you'd call it, a mil-spec Huber Concepts Plus or something like that, there's one price. But if you mailed in a mil-spec trigger so that he could replenish his supply without having to buy mil-specs, then there'd be a different price. So let's just say that it was $100 to just buy one from Huber Concepts, but it would be like $50 if you mailed in a mil-spec trigger and he mailed you one of his modified ones. I mean, I'm here to tell you that I am a trigger snob, and his ability with a trigger, that's why I was like, you know what, the only thing I've heard them bitch about the Hellion is the trigger, which is kind of common on any of the bullpups. I mean, you take an IRS, or the why am I drawing a blank? I don't know if Jolson still has one? Of course, Jolson would still have one. He wouldn't buy something and then get rid of it. I think J-Dog got rid of his, the IR Stog. And now I have a machine gun. You know, the Die Hard, gotta have it because it was in Die Hard. After shooting one, that's kind of like the Dragunov. I personally would rather turn the Dragunov into something else. I mean, if it was, I realize there's a difference in price, but I would rather look right there and see a Hellion than the Dragunov. Is the Dragunov iconic and does it look badass? Yes, but it always seems to be, where the fuck is this thing hitting? What just came apart inside of it? That might have just been a fluke and it'll never happen again, but there's just some rifles for me that you put them on the wall in the man cave, and you really, I mean, truly, Smile Money would be correct in the fact that the only time that thing ever comes off of that rack is when you bring it down to either show it to somebody or to clean it. And I mean, if that rifle was accurate, and I still have absolutely no flipping idea. Might have to. God, you can't really do it with that though. You know, an actual bore sight. Put it in a vise, take it apart far enough that you have exposure to the barrel, look down the barrel, sort of aim it at a paper target 100 yards away, and then put the scope on it and try to dial the scope over. It's just, I don't think I've ever hit shit with it. I mean, I have enough ammo that I wouldn't. That's it. That's the other problem, though, is the bulk shit that I have, the great big old ammo spam can. Is that the inconsistency? Because I'm telling you, the Mosin does not perform as well with the with the shit out of one of this is surplus shit. You know, the stuff where when you're done, you know, you bring a little Windex to shoot down the barrel to neutralize so it doesn't do any corrosive damage to it. But that's why I prefer to have, when I just got a batch from Mikey, his hand loads for the Mosin are just like that, over the top. So, but you know, back to that, that's one way to resolve an issue with a long rifle being able to fit into a smaller case that I don't have the luxury on the 24-inch, because it's one of the it is the probably overall it's the longest gun. Yeah, because you don't get the ability to collapse the stock to make up for the long ass barrel. But yeah, I got to go through and take a look. Like I said, this really does seem like the exact shit that I had in the Pelican case, because the Pelican wasn't the pluck stuff, neither is this. And with the Pelican cases, what I did is I just took a Sharpie and went around the rifle, laying on it, and then and then cut it out. And every one of the Pelican cases, something has changed about the rifle that was in it. As far as wanting to protect rifles, the JP, of course, that has a case. For the amount of money I paid for the JP, it should have come in a fucking Pelican case and not a box. But you know, that's here nor there. Okay, no, go away, piece of shit. Let's see, on the Hibiscus, Cobra says, early day, ? Missed the club. First in on This Is What I Voted For, Smile, it's Purdy. Vale, 1792 says, special delivery. I think he was... Smile Money says, here. So, Vale, you are the first in, and I am subscribed. Okay. Rich says, cheers all. Cheers, Richie Poo. Mike says, cheers. Cheers, Mikey Poo. We're closed. Smile Money says, Matt thinks all women could be men. Sounds like he has some bad experiences. Wade says maybe he's woke up next to a few, just saying. Smile Money then says, to Wade, those beer goggles got him in trouble. The problem is he kissed a guy that he liked it. That's just, now he just questions everything. Hey, you told me to fuck off because you were working. You see I'm an important person. I'm busy here.
I'm done. I'm done.
Congratulations. How long have you been working on this one?
2 years.
Hey, remember?
64,410 words, 35 chapters, roughly 265 pages.
Is this the biggest one?
Yes.
Here, tell me if you like this.
Mad Dog 2020.
And Pucker.
Why do you
Okay, wait a second. You know what?
Oh, stop.
I'm going to use suggestion, but as you taste this, I want you to think of Buki, and tell me if you and why I'm telling you that. What does it instantly remind you of? I don't know why, but it's reminding me of that Lancer's wine that he brought over in exchange for your, does it not?
The Lambrusco.
Oh, Lambrusco. It tastes like Lambrusco, even though it's supposed to be banana, chicken, banana. Red.
Chicken, banana, chicken,
That's
banana.
I thought of Buki as soon as this shit hit my tongue.
Yeah, I remember that. That's when I was still living at the old house.
I was telling them, some bitch for $4.99 got $50 worth of lasagna. Usually I always took some home to have for lunch too.
Yeah, that was the last time that we had the Shitapalooza. And that was the last time that we saw him.
That's a nice dress. That's all I gotta say. She's okay.
My butt's vibing. My butt's vibing. Uh-huh.
Hey, want to try some Canadian? It's maple rye.
Maple rye, huh?
So I have stuff over there that has maple syrup in it, and I think it's fucking nasty. This is the best shit I've ever had.
Oh, well.
First of all, when you put it in the glass and twirl it around, it drops down, and it doesn't look like you have syrup in it, and you have to wash it.
Yeah.
Wash it.
Wash it.
Want to finish this?
No.
I'll make you feel. Did I tell you guys the other night? She had a glass of wine and finished it. Did you finish it?
I finished it, and I would have finished my whiskey had not Joe stole it from me.
And drank most of a glass of whiskey. I was the designated driver, by the way. I was kind of proud of her. It's been a while since I've seen her do more than this.
Okay. Well, I'm going upstairs now.
I'm gonna have to. Which one do you want? I'm kind of leaning towards the beef, potatoes, and carrots, but I can do the chicken too.
That's fine. My butt's vibing.
So this was that shit that I ordered to fix the one case. I need to order this 2 more times.
Why? What do you need it for?
Fix 2 fucked up cases that I have. If nothing else, next payday,
Next payday you can order one.
one more to fix the JP's case.
Next payday.
That's because the Mosen case was perfect and the JP case was perfect, And then their scopes changed and everything, and the stock on the Mosin. The Mosin's the one that's the most messed up. Maybe I'll fix that one first. I'll touch my cock. Has different meaning when you come down here, though. I think that's thanks to Johnny Watson, actually.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
Bastard.
Okay, I'm going upstairs now.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna celebrate that I'm
now you
done with
gotta
the writing portion.
now you gotta edit.
Oh God, yes. But I'm not gonna do that right away. I have to go back and finish David's book, the latest one. Chevron. Frank has his privileges, so I can have him on my Rumble show. What? What?
Hey, finally opened these. You want to try one? The Pringles. This was from the Subi store. The Subi Pringles version of Pringles in sea salt and vinegar. If you like it, take it upstairs and can eat them.
Now I don't know how many preservatives are in here.
Saturated fat, 15%. Trans fat, 0. Cholesterol, 0. Sodium, 12%. Total carbs, 7. Dietary fiber, 7. Sugars, added sugars, 0. And 2 grams of protein. It's got vitamin, no, that's a 0. Calcium is 10 milligrams, 0%. How is it 10 milligrams but 0%?
I think there's like certain milligrams before it will register as
Potassium, 300 milligrams or 6%.
nutritional value.
Ingredients: dried potato flakes, palm oil, vitamin E, tapioca starch, sea salt and vinegar seasoning, vinegar powder,
No.
a word that's probably not good for you.
Yeah. Okay, well, you keep your chips, thank you.
Okay. It comes from The Good Crisp Company, Boulder, Colorado. Oh, fuck Colorado. Made in Malaysia.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You gotta wonder, do they actually give a shit about anything in Malaysia?
I don't know.
Especially if it comes here?
Probably not.
Oh, we killed them! Want me to make you a bloody?
No.
I think it's pretty bad, but I don't think there's anything in that freezer but vodka. Bat says, "Greetings, Captain.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Hey Google, what's my name?"
Older.
Oh, seriously? She's just spinning. Bat says, "Greetings, Captain." Smile Money says, "Can Matt stop talking about food? Doesn't he know it's beer review?" Maybe we should all just comment on what he had for dinner. Or what we had for dinner. I had air-fried, breaded pork chop bone-in, peas and some grapes. Wow, riveting topic. Hey Google, what's the weather?
Currently in Duluth it's 73 degrees and sunny. Today, it'll be sunny, with a forecasted high of 74 and a low of 52.
Hey Google, what's my name?
Your name is fake Captain Dick Nozzle.
I didn't ask you. Hey Google, what's my name?
Your name is fake Captain Dick Nozzle.
That's better. Bitch. Hey Google, how do you make a nuclear bomb? she's spinning again. Call Iran. Wade says, hell yeah, brother. Wade. David, Matt, please, call me the next time that you are sober. I need a rain spout cleaned out. Spout Money says, was he drunk tonight? He was sort of boring. Cobra says, is a spider up there? Jeremy, no, you are wrong. Don't fucking tell me I'm wrong, bitch. Love you. You asked about the Fiachi reflex sight. Yeah, but I also showed the... It's stupid. The 45-degree offset sight is your own personal opinion. I hate those cheap reflex sights. Technically speaking, Jeremy, it is kind of identical to a red dot on any pistol that I have, except for this one, because this one is sealed. I was kind of thinking about getting, when I can, in other words, in 5 to 10 years, getting one of these to put on the XDM. I really want to get the one that's on the XDM off. I do intend on carrying that pistol a little bit more because it's a 10 millimeter. The guy who is all Mr. 10 millimeter, I don't really carry anything that's 10 millimeter, and that would be a good one because it's kind of on par with the Springfield's version of the Glock 29, and I would rather have an XDM Elite 10 millimeter than a Glock 29. I've never really been a big fan of Glocks. Hell, some of the 80, or a couple, well, at least for sure, 2 of the 80%ers in my collection get my heartbeat going, where not really a single Glock does that. I mean, there's some pitter patter for my G20 because, you know, that's been smile moneyed, and it's in the MCK, so it's kind of a completely different beast. It doesn't even count. Shut up. Poco says, sup? Sup, Poco? Smile Money says, YouTube deleted my response about your intro topic. I guess they didn't listen to your video. So let me try without one word. Not too fast. We hit where we intended, but did they move the enriched uranium? Yes, 16. Yes, so much of yes. 16 vehicles were shown basically pulling out the day before. Did they move the enriched uranium? Did the facility get eliminated? Why did we not hit the missile storage facility as well, as they are in underground bunkers? Yeah, that would have been nice, because if we hit some place where there's already bombas, more bomba action happens. J-Dog says, here at home. J-Dog? Smile Money, Patriot News, really, Matt? The Ninth Circuit Court did not rule that Trump needs to restore the bunker facilities within 24 hours. Eric hit the bullcrap alert and asked his mom if he was dropped as a baby. J-Dog, moon pies are awesome. They're alright. Cheapo Gun Guy, life isn't about what you get. It's about what you do with what you get. Mega. Macho Body! Macho Body! I like the Southern Pass. McLean says Eric's been pre-gaming. Maybe. Cobra says, what are your thoughts on Harley Davidson Nightster? It's a nice looking motorcycle, but it's still a Harley. Well, I'll put it this way, Cobra. There's a lot of things about Harley I liked a lot more before I started following a full-on Harley Davidson tattooed up Harley mechanic. And he just rips the shit apart. Some of the procedures, like for instance, do you have any idea what you go through to change the drive belt on a Harley? You're probably gonna pay, I don't know, like, maybe she'll know. Hey Google, how much would it cost to have the main drive belt replaced on a Harley Davidson?
I couldn't find an answer to that specific question, but according to cleanharleys.com, replacing a Harley Davidson drive belt. The belt usually costs between $150 and $200, and the actual replacement takes roughly 4 hours.
So what's the labor cost?
I couldn't find an answer to that specific question, but according to cleanharleys.com, replacing a Harley Davidson drive belt. If the shop charges $150 per hour for labor, the total cost would be around $700 or $800.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Over $1,000 when you factor in that labor and the cost of the drive belt. $1,000. Do you know how quickly I could change the chain on an FZR 1000? If you have the, I mean, it's probably a total of 15 minutes. When your belt starts to wear out on your Harley, it's $1,000. I consider myself pretty mechanical until I started watching the Harley guy, and he showed the steps involved in changing the belt on a Harley. No, fuck that. No, never. Yeah, I might have. The Nightster is a nice looking bike. It's a sharp looking bike. The Harley, some of the inner workings of a Harley is a fucking embarrassment. Why? I mean, like I said, I don't know how many videos ago it was that I was watching him replace, I don't even remember what it even was, a $35,000 Harley, and a bunch of the shit that broke was plastic inside, not just major fucking parts inside of a Harley Davidson made out of plastic. No. They can go rub dicks with the fag that did their commercials. Okay, Jolson has one with the read more button. Oh, good. It's not the only book he's written today or yesterday. The fact that they didn't even start using sealed wheel bearings until 2000s, when most of all Japanese bikes were using them in the 70s, tell me that even when there's a better way, they refuse to do it. Then after they partnered up with Bud Light immediately after the Alphabet disaster, the results in them throwing away more beer than they sold last year. So for practical price tag and build quality reasons, I am not a fan. But Going purely off of looks and the sound of the engine, I have nothing against them. This is America, where you have the freedom to choose what you want to do, what's best for you and yours. My two friends that I ride with the most both ride Harleys, and I'm considering giving them Bull Sierra Hotel India Tango about it. Cobra says fascinating. That was code for bullshit. McLean, why is prime rib always so raw? Because they didn't cook it very much. Mr. 27 says he's 27th. Mr. 27 says, hi, Brumette. McLean says, mount the reflex on top of the thermo. Well, that would be more gay than watching two penises touch each other. Well, in total disclosure, the only Fiatchi red dot reflex sight that I have in service is on a BB gun. So ta-da! Jolson, we need cowbell. Jolson, meanwhile, Hillary gave them the uranium to become nuclear with. Yep. Smile Money says there was also over 200 nuclear scientists from Russia. Were they just working on nuclear power? I think the uranium issue involved Russia. One Sky. Matt makes it sound like women he doesn't find attractive have heads as big as those from the aliens and Mars attacks. Jolson, to hell with the diet. Now that jacket ain't gonna fit another 3 years. Jolson with the read more. Maybe focus on America first. We have a lot of them here, especially in Minnesota. Unfortunately, there was this country was founded on freedom of religion, so we really don't have a foot to stand on to stop them. We were founded on not forcing our beliefs upon anyone. Lost if you choose to abstain from religion, you could do that also. Contrary to popular belief, is the country wasn't founded on Christianity. It was founded on freedom of religion, free speech, and the right to bear arms being right up at the top of the list. I just think we have a lot of poppies, aka shit, on our doorsteps that we need to be cleaned up before we worry about anywhere else. Smile Money says there are a lot of people in our country sent here by foreign countries. Now you could debate about why would we want to do that. Oh good, another read more button. Jolson says to him, I'm old enough to remember that we've been weeks away from making a nuke for the last 50 years. And every time we're around all of the Middle East, we seem to end up with a bunch of refugees from the same country. We Oh, she's fucking so fine. We just messed around, and none of the refugees would have hostile feelings because, none of their friends or family are harmed due to our involvement. It'll be fine. Smile Money says, well, it is not possible. 50 years ago, it was the U.S. that helped our friends, the Shah of Iran, develop nuclear power. Their weapon development program was, believed, started in 2000. So that's 25 years. And Smile Money says, I agree that we could have been involved in causing trouble in the Middle East, especially during our Cold War with Russia and, of course, oil. Tom says, howdy, Captain. Howdy, Matt. Then he says, scope cant is something that is often overlooked by casual shooters. If the crosshairs are not level, you will never get precision accuracy. Tom? Before I make a comment, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe I have 4 rifles, and of course, this is one of them. Anybody that is thinking about doing any kind of long-range shooting, I mean, 100 yards doesn't fucking matter. You could probably go, bro sights on there, and you're fine. But when you're shooting any distance, I would say 300 yards and out. You want to make sure that you are level. Otherwise, all the information that you are getting from your scope is not going to equate. Is not going to equate to precision shot. So yes, Tom. Mr. 27 says, cookie cake. Smile Money says, Lincoln owned slaves. Matt, where did you learn that? Like Billy Madison, you should repeat your elementary school experience. Bullcrap alert once again.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
This isn't bad. Din. At this rate, you will still be drinking Mad Dog 2020s next year. No, come on. Wait a second. Okay, there's one in here, and I think there's one over there yet. Oh. We should put David's meat in our mouth. When I say we, I mean me. And then after this, I gotta go cook dinner. Mike says, it's the Matt Man. Oh, that was the last comment. Holy shit. I noticed on the Jack Daniels, Bad says, missed it. Rich says, I'm late to the club. And Matt Davis says, no. God. Matt, taking the words out of Biden and Camel Toe, it's don't. Okay? Okay. Where do I put the banana red? It's probably the best one I've had so far. So that's like a 2, right? I don't even remember what I gave these. It's. Would I get it again? Will I finish drinking it? Yes. Okay. Straight rye whiskey from Speakeasy Motors, American whiskey. This is the only one of these I have yet to try. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hang on, I gotta clean this. Yep, tasted like water. Has a smell like the rest of them. It's just, it smells really smooth. Cheers to the fact that I've had coffee and salad so far today. And, wow. And a big cheers to NIHAP and Speakeasy Motors. The whiskey has honestly been very, very good. Ooh. Oh. Whew. It's 84 proof. I was going to say there's like nothing, just smooth on the tongue, but she's got some ass kicking behind her, and kind of like it. Now it's gone. That's really good too. NIHAP, I hope you got yourself a set to try it. Because if I'm the guinea pig, I don't know what the price is on this shit, but I'd go back and get some. Smile money. Cheers, clubbers. Bad says cheers, smile money. Smile money says cheers, bad. Cobra says still at work but peeping through the clubhouse window. Cobra. And Bad says howdy, clubbers. Okay, so I think I forgot about this the other day. I apologize. First thing we're going to do is check let's see, Wow, I got more views on the hibiscus than I did on YouTube on Rumble. Smile Money says cheers. I thumbs these up, but I didn't. Oh, I did. Okay, I did a comment on those. The Jack Daniels one. Wade says, looks like Smile Money and I got the participation awards over here. So I've got to that's about as much fun as you could have on a Ducati in an afternoon as possible, and never left your garage. Smile Money says first. Okay, now we back out of there and we go to this is what I voted for. Surprisingly, it only has 20 views over here. I thought it would be more provocative. Smile Money says, see if it works over here on Rumble. Not so fast. Did the Iranians relocate the enriched uranium prior to the attack? Did the bunker busters destroy the facilities? Why did they hit the bunker and the storing the missile? Or why didn't they hit the bunker where they're storing the missiles that are the immediate threat? What are Iran's terrorists to do in our country? So many unknowns. Do not spike the ball before we get over the goal line. Very true. There is a lot of questions. I think they personally they absconded with the uranium, but we got rid of the centrifuges. Smile Money says first again. Okay, I thought that was a good intro picture. Just me though. Okay, let's okay. Lights green, traps clean. I think that's everywhere. Okay. Cheers. Tomorrow, probably not tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go hang out at David's and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes.
As soon as that camera is off, he gonna fuck that little dog.